Marty?
Yeah, Coach, can you talk about the whole offense and whole, especially the guys like Ty Johnson, Bam Knight, the guys that had the opportunities that came up big, along with Mike White?
Yeah, just thought we played an efficient style of football. We ran the ball well. Mike was efficient with the football. I thought LaFleur called a really good game. We pushed the ball down the field when we needed to. We broke tackles in the run game. O-line strained. So just from an efficiency standpoint, it was really good.
How impressive was it what Mike did after not starting for more than a year?
He did a great job. He didn't need to be anybody but Mike White. We didn't need to turn into the greatest show on turf. We just wanted him to play within himself and play efficient. I thought he did that.
315 and 3 touchdowns, that was probably a little bit better, but not the greatest show on turf. So, I mean, just what he was able to do, and also in the elements.
Especially in the elements. It was, like I said, he made the easy look easy, and that's I thought he did a really good job with that. So.
Was it more impressive that he was able to spread the ball around and connect with 10 receivers today?
Yeah, for sure. It's kind of our system, and we have a lot of really good players that are worthy of the ball. It was good to see Elijah get some production. Same thing with all our receivers. We got a plethora of them, and just thought he did a really good job distributing the ball. And like I said, I thought Mike did a really good job calling the game and opening up a lot of stuff for a lot of different guys.
Talk a lot about the run game setting up the pass, but it seemed like almost the reverse happened today because you guys couldn't really establish much of a run. Mike got going, and then the ground game kind of followed.
For sure. They started running a lot of cover two shell, and it just opened up once that the balance started happening, and to give credit to Ty and Bam, especially when Michael Carter exited the game, I just thought they did a really good job. They ran really, really hard, broke a lot of tackles, so there was a lot of yards after contact for those two.
What was the decision, Robert, to have Bam active versus James Robinson?
Bam's been doing a really nice job, and just. From a style of running, I think everyone saw just one cut, get vertical. Felt like over the past few weeks there's been a lot of meat on the bone in the run game, and we felt like if we could just get vertical and get rolling. With James, he's still learning our system. There's still things that he's getting comfortable with, so no one has seen the last of him. But just thought this would be an opportunity just to get a change of pace with Bam, who gets vertical pretty quick.
Robert.
All right, let's dive into this one with a couple of our guys, Tyler Sullivan, Rick Spielman, our NFL minds, breaking it down. Guys, surely this week will be filled with Mike White praise. 3 touchdown passes proves to be the difference in this game as the Jets do go on to win it 31-10. Tyler, I'll go your way first here because perspective is important. This is a bottom-of-the-barrel Bears defense, and I raise my hand as someone who was raised around that franchise. It has not been good, but Mike White did do what he was asked to do. Are we all in here? Is this the answer, at least for the short term?
Yeah, I think definitely for the short term, because I don't know if you can tell that locker room, hey, we're going back to Zach Wilson after what we just saw Mike White do against the Chicago Bears. Like you said, not a good secondary. They're in the bottom third in the NFL against the pass and DVOA. We get all that. It was in the rain, whatever. But still, Mike White was able to do things that Zach Wilson simply could not. And one of the things that stood out to me, obviously the 3 touchdowns and all of that are going to be the most impressive, but completions to 10 different receivers. More importantly, this team was 58% roughly on 3rd down in this game. And that is important because that is something that the New York Jets have struggled with all season long, converting on 3rd down. 32.3% they convert 3rd down prior to this game. 29th in the NFL. And just for reference, the #1 team on 3rd down, Kansas City, 51.6. Again, small sample size for Mike White here, going 58% on 3rd down. But that is something to take note of. They're converting when they need to. They're pushing the ball down the field when they need to. Multiple plays where receivers had 29+ yards receiving on chunk plays. Those are things we just haven't seen this New York Jets team do. And the fact that they're playing good defense, they're now sitting at a pretty good record here. This is going to be a telling test here over the next couple of weeks when they play Minnesota in Minnesota and Buffalo in Buffalo. But right now, Mike White is the answer in that Jets locker room at quarterback.
And that's just it. Any grand proclamations we want to make about Mike White? Maybe hold off a week, perhaps 2, as if he goes out and does this against a Vikings team or a Bills team, it's surely to mean a whole lot more. What did this day mean to you, Rick Spielman?
Well, what Coach Sala said was that he made the easy look easy, which means their offense wasn't dog poo this week, how he described it last week. So he did an excellent job executing the game plan, getting the ball out of his hands. You knew he was going to be efficient because that's why they put him in there to run this offense. They were able to run the ball. I think 10 different targets caught passes today. And they created some chunk plays down the field because they were able to run the ball so well. And then Mike White seeing some guys open down the field. And you see what Wilson can do when he gets a chance to get the ball in his hands and what an explosive playmaker he can be. So I don't know if this is Mike White last year had the big win against Cincinnati, so he was the hero of the week and he was the future of the New York Jets, but then he came back to reality. So I agree with what they do over the next couple games with Mike White as the starter. We'll see if he's actually the answer or not.
We tend to grade on a week-to-week basis. It is an A+ on this given day for Mike White, who now has the second most games as a Jet with 300+ passing yards and a 75% or better completion percentage. White with two such instances. You heard Rick mention that Cincinnati game a year ago. Second to only Ken O'Brien as Mike White makes a little bit of history here on Sunday, but more importantly, Mikey Blanco taking the Jets to 7-4.